Hey folks, it's Marvin Cash, the host of The Articulate Fly, and we're back with another Central Virginia fishing report with Ethan Martin of TaleTellers Fly Shop. How you doing, Ethan?
I'm doing great today. How you doing?
I'm trying to stay out of trouble. Did you have to build Noah's Ark with all the rain you guys got?
Just about, and it's dumping rain right now. One of these little afternoon thunderstorms. So I might just have to take the Smith fly, home.
There you go. So I guess unfortunately, what that means is probably all the warm water rivers are probably blown out for the near future, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna assume so. I mean, the James right now is just high and really muddy, and then all the tributaries to that the same deal. It's just high and muddy water. So smallmouth fishing for the next little bit is going to be a no-go unless you want to fish straight up mud, sadly.
Yeah, but the good news is, right, you're getting ready. It's warmed up a little bit. We're recording this on the 2nd of September, but it's going to start to cool off and get into the 80s. And with that water, trout fishing this weekend ought to be pretty good.
Yeah, I'm thinking that it should be. I've talked to a couple guys that have been out and taken stream temps and that sort of thing, and so the stream temps are looking good. Everything cooled off a lot on Monday, and then even through a little bit of today, it's been kind of overcast and gloomy. So what that means is the streams are, the small ones are getting filled with water, and it's not high water. So that's one of the things that confuses people is, like, a lot of times the little brook trout streams, unless we get dumped on, like for maybe a day or two in a row, the water from one day even doesn't really bring them up to a crazy height. Because you've got all the trees and grasses and all that jazz that's soaking up the water too. So it would be like a medium height. So it would still be like dry flies and some nymphs if you want to do that. But honestly, I found some of the biggest brook trout that I've caught has been this time of the year, even like back in 2018 when it was just water every weekend. Those brook trout streams, as long as they're cold enough, you can catch some monsters because they've had all summer to just sit around and eat. And so it is really a good time to get out and do some exploring. Of course, there's some different things for people when it comes to fishing this time of the year for brookies. I had a customer came in the other day and had Band-Aids all over him, and he showed me a picture. He was out on a small stream on Monday and slipped on a rock and went into I guess it was a blackberry bush or something, and like it just shredded him. I mean, it was crazy. So there's some differences. You're not going to freeze like you might in the winter, but just other things to keep in mind. But yeah, I would definitely for this weekend, with the holiday coming up, I would probably be focusing more so on either going and fishing a lake or doing small stream, brook trout, that sort of stuff.
Got it. And we've got a question from Shane. He wanted to know, Ethan, how the shop got its name.
That's a great question. In summary, it's because I talk a lot. When I was a kid, my mom she used to call me a tale teller because they couldn't get me to shut up, and I was always talking about different stories and this, that, and the other. And so one day she called me a tale teller, and it just kind of stuck in my head. And I knew from that point that whatever business I had, I was one of those like always trying to sell something or always trying to do something entrepreneurial. And so from that day, I was like, whatever I do or whatever business I make or own, it's going to be called TaleTellers. So for a while, I thought it was going to be a woodworking or like a cabinetry business or something. I've actually got some old desks and stuff that I made even when I was like 14 that I had like put the word TaleTellers into the top of it. So that's really where it came from. My mom called me a tale teller because I talked a lot, and the name just stuck into my head. And then here we are. I'm standing in TaleTellers Fly Shop. yeah, it was kind of cool. And then, funny enough, like nobody has used that term for anything else. Like, no Disney movie or anything's been made. So yeah, it was pretty cool. I liked it more so than just being like, James River Fly Shop, which is fine. But it's just cool being a little bit different, than everybody else.
Yeah, absolutely. A little bit more personal. And, folks, we love questions at the Articulate Fly. If you'll send them to us, you can email them to us, or you can send them to us on our Facebook page or Instagram page. If we use your question, I'll send you some Articulate Fly swag, and you're going to get into a drawing for something from the shop at the end of the season. And Ethan, before I let you hop, why don't you let folks know where they can find you, where the shop is, the hours, where they can find you on the internet and all that kind of good stuff.
Yeah, the easiest way is going to be just come to the shop. So we're in downtown Lynchburg, Virginia, on Commerce Street. It's pretty easy to find us. There's an enormous fly rod in the window and a giant fish open sign. So not hard to find us there. The hours are open at 9 and it's closed at 5, except for Saturdays. We're open up at 8 until 5, and then we are closed on Sundays. But if you can't swing by in those times, you can always buy stuff online. TaleTellers VA, just like Virginia. We've got pretty much all the inventory that we have in the shop is on there. And if you do have a question about something online or you're looking for something, you can always just give us a call. I'm pretty much always the one that's going to be answering the phone. So I can help you with whatever it is that you need help with. And we also ship for free. So if there is a time crunch, stuff pretty much ships out the same day, and it's free. So it's kind of hard to beat that. If you're in Virginia or North Carolina or Tennessee area, stuff usually gets to you in like 2 to 3 days. So it's pretty easy. I don't know if I could make it any easier, actually.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Well, listen, folks, we've got a long weekend coming up, and, the smallmouth fishing may not be great, but, avoid the crowds and head up high on the ridges and fish for brook trout. Tight lines, everybody. Tight lines, Ethan.
Tight lines.